Hello! Thank you for choosing this exercise to practice listening to English. Repeat after I say it. And don't forget to answer the questions at the end of the video. Maria and the Magical Cottage. Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Maria. She lived in a small village surrounded by a big, beautiful forest. Maria loved to explore the forest, and she would often spend hours wandering through the trees, looking for new and exciting things to see. One day, while Maria was walking in the forest, she came across a small, old cottage that she had never seen before. The cottage was made of wood and stone, and it had a thatched roof. It was surrounded by flowers and bushes, and it looked very inviting. Maria was curious about the cottage, so she decided to go inside. She opened the door and stepped into a small, dark room. The room was filled with old furniture and cobwebs, and it smelled of dust and old wood. Maria looked around the room, and she noticed a small door in the corner. She opened the door and stepped into another room. This room was much brighter than the first room, and it was filled with books and shelves. Maria loved to read, so she was immediately drawn to the books. She started browsing through the shelves, looking for something interesting to read. As she was looking, she came across a book with a strange title, The Book of Other Worlds. Maria was intrigued by the title, so she opened the book and started reading. The book was about a magical place called Otherworld, a place where anything was possible. Maria was fascinated by the book, and she couldn't stop reading. She read for hours, until it was time to go home. When Maria got home, she couldn't stop thinking about Otherworld. She wanted to know if it was real, and she wanted to go there. The next day, Maria went back to the forest and to the cottage. She opened the small door in the corner of the dark room, and stepped into the bright room with the books. Maria found the Book of Otherworld and opened it to the page she had been reading the day before. As she read, she felt a strange sensation, and she knew that something was happening. Suddenly, the room started to spin, and Maria felt herself falling through the air. When she landed, she found herself in a beautiful, magical place. Otherworld was even more amazing than Maria had imagined. There were talking animals, flying trees, and rivers of chocolate. Maria spent the rest of the day exploring Otherworld, and she had the most wonderful time of her life. When it was time to go home, Maria was sad to leave. But she knew that she would never forget her adventure in Otherworld. Maria stepped back into the bright room with the books, and the room started to spin again. When she stopped spinning, she found herself back in the cottage. Maria closed the door and left the cottage. She walked back home, and she couldn't stop smiling. She had had an amazing adventure, and she couldn't wait to tell her friends all about it. When Maria got home, she told her friends about Otherworld. They didn't believe her at first, but Maria was so convincing that they eventually started to believe her. Next day, Maria's friends were all very excited to hear about Otherworld, and they wanted to go there too. Maria told them about the cottage in the forest, and they all agreed to go there together the next day. The next day, Maria and her friends went to the forest and found the cottage. They opened the small door in the corner of the dark room, and stepped into the bright room with the books. Maria found the book of Otherworld and opened it to the page that would take them to Otherworld. As she read, she felt the same strange sensation that she had felt the day before. Suddenly, the room started to spin, and Maria and her friends felt themselves falling through the air. When they landed, they found themselves in Otherworld. Maria and her friends spent the rest of the day exploring Otherworld, and they had the most wonderful time of their lives. They made new friends, went on exciting adventures, and had many laughs. When it was time to go home, Maria and her friends were sad to leave. But they knew that they would never forget their adventure in Otherworld. Maria and her friends stepped back into the bright room with the books, and the room started to spin again. When they stopped spinning, they found themselves back in the cottage. Maria and her friends closed the door and left the cottage. They walked back home, and they couldn't stop smiling. They had had an amazing adventure, and they couldn't wait to tell everyone they knew about it. Maria and her friends continued to visit Otherworld many times over the years. They always had a wonderful time there, and they made many happy memories. And so, Maria lived happily ever after, with her friends and her memories of Otherworld. The story is over. Now let's do the test. Write in the comments how many correct answers you did. 1. Where did Maria live? A. In a big city. B. In a small village. C. Near the ocean. D. In a castle. Answer: B. In a small village. 2. What did Maria love to do in the forest? A. Play with animals. B. Climb trees. C. Explore. D. Pick flowers. Answer: C. Explore. 3. What did Maria find inside the cottage? A. A magical book. B. A hidden room. C. Talking animals. D. A treasure chest. Answer: B. A hidden room. 4. What was the title of the book Maria found? A. The Book of Spells. B. The Book of Otherworlds. C. The Magical Forest. D. The Secret Garden. Answer: B. The Book of Otherworlds. 5. Where did Maria and her friends go after reading the book? A. To a magical land called Otherworld. B. To visit Maria's grandparents. C. To explore the nearby river. D. To have a picnic in the forest. Answer A. To a magical land called Otherworld. 6. How did Maria and her friends feel when they had to leave Otherworld? A. Happy. B. Sad. C. Angry. D. Excited. Answer B. Sad. 7. What did Maria and her friends promise to do after their first adventure in Otherworld? A. Never talk about it again. B. Visit the cottage again. C. Forget about their experience. D. Write a book about their adventures. Answer B. Visit the cottage again. You have successfully completed your English listening practice. Congratulations! Subscribe for more such videos.